How you guys doing? I hope you are doing good. To go straight to what I have to discuss today, it's about not letting yourself off the hook or something like that. The idea actually popped up in my mind, and I was when I was having a walk this morning, and I thought, what really helped us when we were in our formative years? You remember how I was reflecting on how our parents, how our guidance, our teachers, the principal of the school, the senior prefects, how we have these levels of accountability, how we have these levels that help us reinforce discipline in our formative years. You have to, at least if it is not you, you observe that some of your friends were very brilliant when they were in primary school or secondary school, so to speak, and they would graduate, they'll get into college, and it would look as if their intelligence evaporated. No, it didn't evaporate. It didn't evaporate. What evaporated was those levels that help us reinforce discipline, those accountability levels. The parents were no longer there. The teachers that we flog you were no longer there. There's no longer senior prefects. Those layers were the things that evaporated, not the intelligence. Those are my thoughts actually, and I was like, oh, look at the days when in your primary school days, you might come up as a very happy kid. You want to do your assignment, you are excited, you go to your dad, I want to do my assignment. But every day is not like that. Every day is not like that. There are days that your dad or your mother will be the one to force you to do your assignment. They will be the one to force that discipline. They will be the one to reinforce that. Come, if you do not do your assignment, there are consequences. Let's say, for example, you even get to avoid your parents, you get to maneuver your way. You definitely know that when you get to school, there's a teacher waiting for you, and the teacher will either flog you or discipline you in whatever way. But I'm kind of going back to reflect on these things because observe that these days many of us have left ourselves off the hook. No, it is not the intelligence that evaporated. It is not the brilliance. It is not the potential that evaporated. You are looking at yourself right now, you could not sit down, watch a YouTube video, or you could not sit down and take an online course successfully because there is no teacher that will say, hello, you have to come to class. If you do not come to class, I'm going to flog you. Because there's no parents to say, if you do not complete this digital marketing course, there's no food for you. Because there's no senior prefects to tell you that play football, mm, if you play football above the hour of 6 p.m., you get disciplined. Because those layers of accountability are no longer there, we've left ourselves off the hook. So that's the idea I was just reminiscing on today. I was like, I'll share with you guys. That is why you see people saying, "Oh, you need accountability partner." Those things don't make sense to me before, until recently when I was like, "Oh, this is it. This is it." Human beings, we need freedom, right? But too much freedom is also bad. No freedom is bad. That means we need a balance. Everybody needs somebody that will keep them in check. That is why the husband keeps the wife in check, the wife keeps the husband in check. Or else your ego will you go overboard. You go out of boundary. You say the things you should not say. You engage in the things you should not engage in. Why? There is no accountability layer. The people reinforcing your discipline for you at your formative days are no longer there. If you observe the guys that are successful in college, the guys that come out with high GPA in college, they are guys that could self legislate. They are guys that could put themselves under, let me say, accountability of lecturers. or a school father or a mentor. School father has been a very a term, a dangerous term that people have bastardized. School father is meant to act like another layer for you. Just like your parents act as a layer of accountability, your teacher is acting like that, your senior prefect is acting like that. When you were in school, you think these layers are bad? Why do you think you were brilliant? Why do you think you were intelligent in those stages of life? Why were you able to sit down and pass your exam successfully? You sat down for NECO, you sat down for WAEC, and you passed them successfully. Why do you think so? It's because these people were able to reinforce that discipline. They were able to keep you in check. They were able to make sure you do not play too much, you do not eat too much, you do not talk too much, you do not waste time on things that are just distraction and noise. They were able to slap you back into line and be like, come on, go back in line, go back in line. That is why you were able to pass your exam. That is why you were able to be successful in those days. But what happened now? They are no longer there. The government says, oh, you cannot control anybody. Yes, I agree. But what keeps you in check? As an human being, you don't stop being an human. You don't stop being distracted just because you've come of age, just because you graduated from college, from university. You do not stop. You do not stop being distracted. You do not stop liking things that do not help you. You do not stop having cravings. How do you think you were able to stay in check in those days if it's not for those layers of accountability? In university, what kept us in check? Maybe the fear of having carryovers. Right? The fear of not the shame of having to write an exam outside of your level mate, something like that. Shame is a very good factor. I like shame. People always say, "Oh, you have to be shameless." It's about if you are shameless, it's about you should be shameless of very good things that you are doing. Shame is a very good motivator because it motivates you because I don't want to be shamed. People will shame me. Those days in secondary school, in primary school, there are students that will sit down, read their book just because they don't want to repeat a class. There are people that are reading their book because they want to be the first position. Yes, different motivation for different people. But we get old now, we want to eliminate shame. No. But look at now, let's come back to now that you are grown. You are knowledgeable now. You are an adult on your own. And I'm going to ask you, what are the accountability layers that you are putting in place to help you reinforce discipline? Religious people will say, as a young Christian, you should have a pastor. And we'll be like, oh, religion. No, they are right. Without a pastor, who will keep you in check? As a junior pastor, you should have a senior pastor. We think these things are just there. Who will keep that junior pastor in check? We are humans, after all. Look at the wife and husband relationship, right? That is why the man is the head of the family, the wife, the kids. There's a structure. Why? These are how you can keep yourself in check. Self-accountability, yes. But we need institutions, we need structures. When you were a kid, you respect your parents. You might actually disrespect an elderly person in your street, right? You might be like, don't talk to me. But the moment your parents shows up, you'll be like, oh, why? There's a kind of understanding that these are my parents and I have to listen to them. There's a structure, these people are ahead of me. But you don't give a fuck about any other person. There's a lesson that, this person is my teacher. There's a structure in your head. There's a thinking in your head. This person is my teacher. I need to respect my teacher. I need to listen to my teacher. Right? So that is how it works. But now we want to eliminate that. You need to put some structure of accountability in place. That is it. You want to take a new course. You want to take a new course. Maybe you want to learn something new. How about you discuss it with a friend and say, guy, Alpha, I want to learn this course. I want to do this. I want to do that. Can you just keep me in check? Guy, keep me in check, please. Ask me every module. Which module, how many modules have you watched? How many modules have you gone through? What's your progress like? Where have you gotten to? Guy, you said you want to get into a relationship this year. How many women have you asked out? How many people have you asked on a date? Guy, I want to stop masturbating. I want to stop pornography. You confide in somebody. The person keeps you in check. Hey, I was yesterday. Hope you didn't mess up. Hope you didn't do anything. How was it? Oh, you messed up. We go again. I'll keep praying for you. Take this course. Read this book. Listen to this podcast. This is somebody that has done it. This is somebody that has overcome masturbation. Look at this video. Oh, you talk to your mentor. Mentor, this year, I want to double my income. All right, your mentor says, okay, read this book. Your mentor says, read this book. Then he comes back after 2 months. Did you read the book? What did you gain from the book? Have you implemented the book? But we don't like these things again because we feel like as an adult, I should not have anybody controlling me. No, you are wrong. Even the president of a country needs somebody that will put them back in shape, that will slap them back into the right way. A husband has a wife because the wife will slap him back into shape when he wants to miss the road. The husband will slap the wife back into shape. The parent will slap the kid back. Nobody outgrows those kind of things. I was taking a look at it like, okay, how did we just be, how guys just brilliant in primary school, secondary school, and they get to university and they become very dumb? Is it that their intelligence evaporated? No, it did not evaporate. What evaporated is the accountability structures that were in place then. Their teachers, their parents that forced them to read, they are no longer there, and now it looks like their intelligence evaporated. It did not. So as an adult now, I think we need to re-establish those structures. We need to create those accountability structures ourselves. You need to have mentors. You need to have friends that you can confide in. You need to have teachers. Yes, you need to build communities around yourself. Those are the things that kept us in check. There are days that you'll be like, oh, I really want to engage in. There are illicit things that you want to engage in, that it was your community, it was your parents, it were the structures that you built then that kept you away from them. I think that's why it was in Proverbs 22 was like saying something around how you should train your kids and in the way of the Lord, and it will never depart away from it. Do you know that we are actually departing away from the way we were trained? How were we trained? What are the things that we were taught? This person is accountable to this person. Oh, hey, you need to listen to your elder brother. Okay? Your elder brother, you need to listen to this. You need to do this. You need to do that. These are the way the world works. Are we not deviating from that part? Those structures that were built in place to keep us in check, are we not deviating from those parts? Are we not? Life is about discipline, man. How can you be disciplined without things that are keeping you in check? Train up a child in the way that it should go, and it will never depart away from it. Man, we are departing. It's affecting us. We can't even sit down and take a whole course. You see somebody they will say, oh, I bought a digital course. I've not even taken the course on Coursera. Why now? Why have you not taken the course? If you reverse the case now and say, okay, parents to start, your teacher will flog you tomorrow if you have not done your assignment on Coursera. Do you think many of you that have a course on Coursera will not go and complete it if somebody will flog you tomorrow? Just like primary school days, when they used to flog you if you don't do your assignment. If they will flog you tomorrow, will you not do it? But there's no longer accountability structure. The moment we graduated, we let ourselves off the hook and be like, oh, let's go into the world and waste away. Man, we should stop that. I think we should stop that. I honestly believe that's one of the things affecting us. And I was like, oh, when I get home today, I'm going to discuss this with my guys, with people that listens to me on Get Your Life Together podcast. There are consequences to this thing. Yes, there are consequences to this thing. Every time you neglect your purpose, every time you do something that you do not want to do, every time you go to masturbate, every time you go to watch porn, every time you do not submit that task that you are asked to submit, it's because of there are no accountability structures to keep you in check. That's why you see companies setting KPIs now. The KPIs are standing as accountability structures for you. That is why you keep on checking. Did I meet my KPI? Did I meet my KPI? If there's no KPI, everybody will just be on the loose. Nothing to slap you back in check. Like, oh, this strategy I'm about to implement, it will not drive me towards my KPI. I might like it, but your KPI will slap you back in check that, bro, this thing you're about to implement, will it help you achieve your KPI? You'll be like, no, it's not going to help me. Yeah, why do you want to implement it? So that's the idea I was thinking about today. I was like, no, I need to share with you guys. We need those things back. Yes, we need those things back. It is very important. We're deviating from the way we were trained. We're deviating from the things that worked. That is why you were intelligent in primary school and secondary school, and your life was good. There are people keeping you in check. That thing, it worked. It worked. It worked. But immediately nobody is keeping us in check. Look at it. Look at what is happening. Look at it. Look at what is happening. Nobody is keeping us in check anymore. And then look at it. We need it. As human beings, we need accountability structures. We need to build them. Just like you have a parent that will make sure you do your assignment at home, your teacher making sure you read your book, your senior prefect, and all of these guys. You need to build a structure like that. The one that will keep you in check at home, the ones that will keep you in check at work, the ones that will keep you in check in your life, the ones that will keep you in check in your religious life. You need to build those structures. It might be hard, but you need it. It is not that you are putting yourself, it is not that you are stupid. That, oh, I'm an adult and I'm putting myself under people to control. They are not controlling you. The fact is, when you have, look at your life, when you have nobody keeping you in check, what did you achieve? How did you go? You need people that will slap you back in place. You are drifting apart. You need to slap you back. That is how it's going to work. I really hope you pick up some things from this particular episode. Okay? I don't know if you have a story of, if you resonate with what I just shared, and you have a comment, I want you to drop it. Let me know in the comment section. Do you actually agree with what I just said? Do you think accountability structures actually helped us in this formative age? And it's one of the things. Let me know in the comment section. Like I always say, take care, soldiers. I'm out.